What is going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and today we're going to be taking a look, yes, that's right, at my first ever PC build. I did it with a lot of help. So first off, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody. Some people donated towards this setup, some people gifted some items. So I want to say a special thank you to Ratchet for helping me build the PC itself, because he was on the phone to me for a long time. So massive thank you to Ratchet. Also a huge thank you to Pedro and Jeremy, who played a massive part in this build. Guys, thank you everyone for your support. It's because of you that we can be here. Now, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe button, and the little notification bell. Now, we will, of course, list all the items below in the description. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these, please use the Amazon affiliate link. It doesn't charge you anymore, but it helps out supporting the channel. Now, I'll also leave a link to the storefront, which will put every item on one storefront, so it's easier for you guys to access. So to start with, we're going to go with the case I chose, and this is the LIAN LANCOOL 2 MIDI tower. Now, this has built-in RGB at the front. It has tempered glass on both sides, which are both hinged door panels, so you can literally just open and close them magnetically. It has advanced cable management, meaning that you can't see any cables on the opposite side of the actual case itself. And you got it. It has the drop down panels where your PSU goes and also your SATA drives. Now, the reason I picked this one is because I wanted one with easy access to get in and out of, and those hinged door panels really do help. Now, they are tempered glass and they are see-through as well, even though on the picture they look kind of tinted, but they're not. They're clear see-through door panels. And at £88 now on Amazon, this is pretty much a must-have. I paid, I think, just over £100 for this. But you got to remember, it is Black Friday sales on now on Amazon. So this is probably the best time for you to pick up all of these parts, or any of these parts if you want them. So now let's get into the CPU that we're using. And you might be thinking, why did you put a Ryzen 5 3600X in your brand new build? Well, the first reason is because it's the only one I had, right? This is from my old build. This is from my old pre-build. I just took it out and put it into my new one because the Zen 3 AMDs are not out or not available yet. So I am going to be getting either the 5900X or the 5950 at some stage. I don't know when that's going to happen. They are literally out of stock. I can't get hold of one, but I will be replacing this Ryzen 5 3600X with one of the new ones. Now, the Ryzen 5 3600X has 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.4 GHz boost clock, and it includes a cooler as well. So I don't use the cooler personally. I've literally just got it on this in my drawer somewhere. But if you wanted a cooler with it and you didn't want to go for like a Corsair cooler, which we'll go into later, then you could use this as a whole setup pretty much. And it is reliable. It does work well. I stream and game off the same PC, and it does never really fails me. It doesn't use up a lot of the CPU, etc. Now, this comes in at a low price of £220 now on Amazon. So if you are looking for like a lower cost CPU, I think the 3600X is going to be perfect. Now, same said for the GPU. Yes, I've put my old 2060 GPU inside my new build. Again, because I'm on a pre-order for a 3080. However, it still hasn't shown up. So when that does show up, I will have a 3080 in here instead. But for now, the 2060 does its job. It's 6GB GDDR6. It has a TorqueFan 2.0, G-Sync and HDR. 3 display ports and 1 HDMI port, which is really important for me because I use the display ports a lot. And this is at a price now of £306. I don't know if you'll be able to get this cheaper anywhere else. I'm not too sure, but this is just on Amazon that I looked. So for me, honestly, this does the trick. However, I do want to pack more of a punch. I do want to get the 3080. And like I say, I'm on the waiting list to get one. So when that arrives, you know, maybe we'll do a bit of an update video on a 3080 as well. But I can't wait to get my hands on a 3080 just to see the difference and to be able to put out more power, you know, be able to get those frames up. And I might even buy a new monitor at that point just to get the frames and the because I'm only using a 165Hz monitor at the moment. So I might even go for a 244 when we get the 3080 itself. But for now, as I say, this is running perfect when I stream and game on the same PC. So what RAM are we using? Well, we have 64 gigabytes of RAM overall, and they're just two different types of RAM. The reason I did this is because I already had this Corsair Dominator 32 gigabyte RAM, which is two 16 gigabyte sticks. That's 3200 megahertz. They're high performance. They're controlled by IQ, so you can go and control all the RGBs and everything on them. And they've worked like a dream in my old setup. So I really like the Corsair stuff when it comes to this PC build. They come in at £152 for 32 gigabytes, which is not bad. You know, in my opinion, I think that's a very good price for a very good product. And of course, alongside that, another 32 gigabytes of RAM for Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB. Now, these again are 3200 megahertz, high performance, controlled again by IQ because they are Corsair. But I've just stuck to the 3200 megahertz. You can go higher if you want, but I think that's just enough for what I need. I have definitely seen a difference going from 32 gig to 64 gig of RAM. And that's really made a lot of difference when I'm editing videos, got Photoshop open and stuff like that. It seems to be more responsive to the the programs that are running in the background. These, of course, are a little bit cheaper, and it's £121 for the Corsair Vengeance. So you might be thinking, where am I putting this RAM? Where am I putting the CPU? Where am I putting the GPU? Well, this is the motherboard that I have. It's the MSI X570 Gaming Plus. It is DDR4 up to 4400 megahertz, overclocked. It has compatibility for 2nd and 3rd gen Ryzen, and it also has Audio Boost 4. It has a Frozer heatsink as well with a patented fan design, so the propeller blade technology and a double ball bearings. Its pre-installed I/O shielding is grounded, and it protects the I/O ports from potential electrostatic. One of the big selling points for me is the 2 NVMe slots and also the 4 RAM slots, which my pre-built PC didn't have. Now, the top NVMe slot also has a built-in heatsink pad that goes across it, so it gives you that thermal paste on top of your NVMe to stop it from overheating as well. So, talking about protecting overheating, you need a CPU cooler, and this is the Corsair H115i RGB Platinum. Now, it's got two 140mm fans on it with an RPM of between 400 and 2000. It's controlled with IQ like everything else that we have on the Corsair software here, and it's only £119. Now, this has the fittings for Intel and AMD, which is a big seller in my opinion. And to go along that, we have 2 packs of Corsair SP120 fans. Now, I bought 2 packs, but I've got 1 spare out of the box that I just didn't put in because the actual CPU cooler wouldn't fit in the top of my case when I had the RAM in, so I had to put the CPU cooler in the front of my case. Now, these come as a triple pack. They have a lighting node with them, which is like a control panel on the back, so you can plug all the RGB and fans in at the same time. Now, they have 120mm times 25mm, and they have other options as well, coming in at £50 per pack, so that's 3 per pack. So, to power this bad boy, we have the Corsair RM850 power supply. Now, it's an 80+ gold certified power supply. It's low noise, and I've got to say, they don't lie when they say it is low noise. It's extremely fast from waking up from sleep. And it has 0 RPM mode. If you don't know what that means, it means when it doesn't need the fan on, the fan will not be on. So it will turn itself off, as in the fan. So if it's overheating or it's getting a little bit hot, the fan will kick in, but it's not always on. So I think that helps with being quiet and silent. But honestly, I don't hear it at all. This is probably one of the quietest PCs I have ever owned. So when we talk about storage, we have got the Kingston 1TB SSD. Now, this is the Kingston KC600, and it's a 2.5-inch SSD. It is available in a lot of different sizes, but we did opt for the 1TB in this video. Now, it has remarkable performance, and it features the latest 3D TLC NAND technology. It supports a full security suite, so it's got TCG Opal, AES 256-bit, and eDrive. It's available now in a range of capacities. As I say, we get the 1 terabyte. However, you can get a smaller, or you can go up to the 2 terabyte if you really wish. It also boasts a 550 megabytes per second read and 520 megabytes per second write speed, which is very fast. It's 15 times faster than a standard hard drive. We also have a Kingston 480GB SSD as well, and that's a fast startup and loading time, reads of 500 megabits per second, write of 450 megabits per second. It's reliable, durable, and very affordable, so that's just at £44. Now, this is kind of an optional extra. We have opted for the Elgato 4K60 Pro, and that is because sometimes I think I'm going to be streaming again on PlayStation or PS5, etc. So I want to be able to run that through. And this has got 4K60 HDR10, 240Hz pass-through, and it's at £144 right now. I think I paid slightly more. I think I might have paid around 180, but I've had it for a little while now. It definitely helps if you want to capture your gameplay, if you want to have a pass-through stream off your PlayStation through your PC on Streamlabs, etc. So last but certainly not least, and I say certainly not least, accessories are very important. Now, with the amount of fans that I had, I didn't have enough fan ports on my motherboard. So if you think I've got like 7 fans or 8 fans in the case right now, I just didn't have enough. So I ended up buying fan splitters. It's 1 fan to 2 basically. So you plug one in one end into your motherboard and it gives you 2 options coming out of the other end. Now that was only £7.50 on Amazon. And then I ended up buying the ATX cable extensions. Now these gives you a cable extension for your CPU power, your GPU power, and all the other things that you need leading from the front of your case to the back. Now I found that it looks better because they're white. I do need to straighten mine up slightly, but they come with like clips as well where you can actually shape them as well. Now these were only £28 and it was definitely worth spending that extra money so you didn't have black wires or any kind of wires just leaning around inside your case. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As I say, there'll be some improvements coming to this build soon with the 3080 and the Zen 3 CPU. Now, if you like the video, be sure to hit the like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to show support to the channel with the little notification bell. And I'll see you all in the next video. Let's go!